Good day, welcome to an episode of Amagents Podcast. I'm your host, Captain P. It's been a while since I've last hosted, letting the other gentlemen take the floor. I want to welcome Tinas and Joe. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Welcome,
How are
welcome,
you?
welcome. How are you?
Good, gents. I hope you had another good week. Sorry we missed you last week, folks. We're just playing around with some new technology stuff, but again, we're back to normal for another week of an exciting episode of Amagents Podcast. So you know how we do things. We always love to start on a lighter note with our sports, and then we get to some nitty-gritty discussions as we move forward. So the first thing we'll talk about is our favorite, the Premier League. And smiles are now coming back in the red half of Manchester, the most informed team in the Premier League. 5 wins out of the last 6. Goal of the season contender. Things are going well now in the red half of Manchester. Again, we'll start again with the big game, which was Man City versus Liverpool. It was a good 1-1 draw. I think Joe was satisfied with that, coming out of Man City with a draw.
I was actually exhilarated because I was expecting a loss, in all honest. But a 1-1, is satisfactory for me.
No, look, Liverpool played very well. Obviously City was controlling the tempo, but you could see that City was a bit tired, and Liverpool just had a bit more energy in there. I think, after winning a treble, getting that inner motivation, you are now, you are now the prey and everyone is hunting you. So everyone has got that motivation to hunt you down till the end. Tinas, did you watch the match? That was the early key.
Did not watch football this weekend. Sorry to say. Watched a few of the highlights. I'm not impressed.
Why would you watch football when your team was thumped 4-1?
I have no love for football right now, to be honest. I have love. You see, this is what I was saying last week. Chelsea will give you the hopes that if they're going to do a 4-4 draw with a team like Man City, you think, I know they're back in, they're back in the stride, and you think maybe possibly they're back in winning ways. But then there you go, 4-1 clapping
against Newcastle, and you're the one who was bigging Newcastle. Hey, Newcastle!
Bro, they handed it straight back to us, bro. Like, take that.
I think Thiago Silva, he made a couple of mistakes, but you have to give him credit, man. He's 39, playing in the Premier League, starting at 39, so first we're in our late 30s, early 40s, waking up. Sometimes your bones are sore from just, doing a light jog, and he's at 39, performing at a high level. Of course, mistakes happen, but we got to give him credit, man. 39-year-old performing that well. Look.
Yeah, but I think this is the last season. It's either this or the next. I don't think he has too many years ahead of him.
I think he's trying to get to 40. I think that's his target.
Yeah, but I think the legs are slowly giving in. You can tell the quality is there because of experience, but you can tell that the silly mistakes, that was unlike him when he first joined Chelsea. He was very,
calm and collected. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and it just seems like it's getting away from him slowly, and naturally he's getting to that age where he needs to be sitting with the kids at home and watching from the stands.
But now kudos to that. Another, as I said, we started the program in a high note, Man U. With the goal of the season from Garnacho, that scissors kick, man. That took our breath away. That was a good win at Everton, especially away from home. We're expecting Everton to come back, especially with the 10-point deduction. Home crowd angry against, the Premier League. But we survived that atmosphere. But midweek will be in hell, as they call that, in Galatasaray, for a must-win Champions League game in Turkey. Hopefully the boys can take the form from Everton into the Champions League game of the week. Tottenham, third loss in a row. And this Unai Emery and Aston Villa, if you look at the standings in 2023, actually in terms of points, in the year 2023, Aston Villa is actually number 3.
Yeah, they've lost one match in 5 matches. 1 in 5 matches. That's incredible.
So I think that's another informed team. So again, Aston Villa, they're just flying underneath the radar. And again, Unai Emery was never given enough credit at Arsenal. Some of those players came through him, through the ranks, but he wasn't really given that time. You know how the Arsenal fans are, a bit of impatient, but we take it from there. All right. Moving on. La Liga, Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham. He's scoring for fun. He's broken, the record, to the fastest goals, the quickest start to get, I think, to 14 or 15 goals. His number 2 is Cristiano Ronaldo. And number 3 is Di Stefano. Look at the people he's beating.
Ooh.
And he's playing from midfield. He's not even a striker, man.
Yeah, he's had a very good start to the beginning of his Real Madrid career. I hope he's gonna maintain, because he looks like he does have a future. An Englishman making things happen, in La Liga. That's really good.
Yeah, look, as I said, that English team can go on for many, many years. You've got Bukayo Saka, you've got your Palmer, the Chelsea youngster. You've got the Nico Jackson. He's eligible to play for England. You've got a lot of young players. Trent Alexander is still there. He can play in the midfield, but I don't think they've got the right coach in Gareth Southgate. But anyway, that's a discussion for another day, talking about Gareth Southgate and some of the decisions he makes. Looking at the La Liga table, we've got Real Madrid back on number 1 based on goal difference. The surprise package, we've got Girona on 35 points as well, which is the new surprise package.
Can we come back to Girona when you're done with that list? I've got some interesting things I heard about Girona.
Yeah, and then we've got, of course, the Atletico Madrid at 31 and Barcelona in the top 4 at 31. So again, the surprise package of this season is Girona. We hope they can keep up the momentum and see how far they can take it. We'll pass it back to you, Tinas. What do you want to talk about Girona?
Girona, I hear the owners of Girona, it's quite interesting. They're the owners of Man City. And guess who? And Pep's brother. He is part owner of that team. I don't know how much he holds in the team, but yeah, I came across some video on TikTok that was saying that, and I was actually quite surprised.
Yeah, no, definitely, yes. So look, that is Girona is part of the City Group, which is got Man City, New York City, I think, FC. You've got Girona. So that City Group is really stretching its arms, all around the continent and in different continents in the football space. So, look, I don't know how they'll survive with FFP. Especially with some of these arbitrations, which are, penalties, judgments, which might be coming in the next few months or next couple of years. So we'll see how they go. But again, all the best to Girona. I don't want Real Madrid to win. I don't like Real Madrid. I've never liked it for many years. So,
can you expand on the penalties? Are you talking about those penalties that they are getting from the league?
Yes, so Everton.
FFP?
For FFP. So Everton got a 10-point deduction for one charge. And
so do you say that will affect La Liga as well?
No, it won't affect La Liga, but I'm just saying the City Group, their big baby is Man City.
Yes.
So it's their big baby. Not their, we can't call it their cash cow because they're already cashed up. It's their crown jewel.
Yes.
Because they are facing 155 charges. So if you multiply 155 charges times 10,
is there no a cap, like a cap of a maximum points that they can be taken?
In the Premier League, there's no cap. There's no statutory. So if you were found to do something in the 1940s with the Premier League, you can get pinned now and penalized now. There's no statutory, what do they call it? Limit statutory
Yeah.
limitation.
The upper
Statute
limit of
limitations.
Yeah. So the Premier League,
So that will affect Girona as part of the group, League morale.
on the morale wise, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting how these things go. A lot of financial gray areas out there in football, which if they don't like a particular owner or particular way things are happening, they'll try and find some charges to put against you. But we'll see how everything goes. Moving on to quickly the Bundesliga. We've got Bayern Munich sitting at number 2. Again, the surprise package is Bayer Leverkusen, coached by Xavi Alonso, unbeaten so far in 12 games. So again, we might get a new change or a new champion in the Bundesliga after Bayern's continued dominance. Let's see if Leverkusen can keep up this momentum. But if you have had a look at the Nigerian team, the Nigerian team has got like so many strikers. Like Nigeria has produced some of the world's best strikers at the moment. You've got Osimhen in Napoli. You've got Boniface at Leverkusen. You've got the Nottingham Forest guy, striker, again, another striker. They've got a few strikers, about 4 or 5 strikers who are high-level strikers, highly sought after with other big clubs. So the Nigerian coach, he's got a bit of a quandary of how to play all those top strikers in the team.
But why do you think that is so?
Look, these things happen. I think it's just a transition in the way football is. Sometimes I think you just get, the players, the talent who are good as strikers. I think Spain had that advantage when they had their midfield, when they had, the best midfield. They had about 6-7 players who could have started for any country, and they were all in one midfield, and you could only put 3. And now Nigeria's got 4, 5, 6 strikers, but they can only put 1 striker up top. So now that's where you stood as a coach. Now you're under pressure, particularly I think us of African heritage. African heritage with all, the newspapers, where you now start to shoehorn players in the team, putting a striker on a right wing or left wing, or players in number 10, just to shoehorn because, he might be a favorite of a particular family member of the government and stuff like that. So I wouldn't envy being the Nigerian coach at the moment.
Oh, that would be disastrous.
Trying to shoehorn everyone to there. So, and then our last recap of the sports, man, sports is all over, man. You can't keep up. In the NBA season is warming up a bit, but looking at the Eastern Conference and Western Conference table, we've got some surprise packages in the Western Conference. We've got the Minnesota Timberwolves, OKC, Oklahoma Thunder leading. The Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, they're all down at the bottom, and they've got the best players. So it's an interesting NBA season. In the Eastern Conference, you've got the Boston Celtics. You've got the Milwaukee Bucks in the top 3. New York Knicks and Miami Heat. Miami Heat usually plays around that 5-6 spot, but they end up being, deep in the playoffs. It's all about the Miami Heat culture, as they always try and call it. So it's an interesting NBA season, only at the start, but it's starting to pick up as we get into the Christmas, January, towards the All-Star break. That's when you start to see who's the top contenders. And unfortunately for, what's his name? Victor Wembanyama, he's San Antonio Spurs. They're at the bottom of the Western Conference at the moment.
Why did he choose? Why was he? Was it just a matter of who had the first right of refusal to pick him?
So with the NBA draft system, so let's say if you're in the bottom 12 or bottom 13, you go into what they call the draft lottery. And then if your ball comes out of that lottery, like how we play the lottery, then you get the number 1 pick of the draft. And Wembanyama was just destined to be the number 1 pick. He's 7'3". He can shoot the 3.
Shoot the threes, yeah.
He's like a taller version of Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you can attack the rim, everything.
So that's how the NBA. So it was just the draft. So, but I think he went to the good team. San Antonio Spurs. They had Tim Duncan. They had a few foreigners there. You had Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. So Popovich knows how to handle him. Again, it's all rookies there, and they're still young. Give him a couple of more years. The Spurs will be back. There's just like Oklahoma Thunder. They had a lot of draft picks, and they were getting beaten the last 2-3 years. And now they're the second seed. So everything just improves. Again, similar to the Indiana Pacers. They had lots of draft picks. Of course, they're number 7. But again, once these rookies get their feet wet, understand the system, understand the culture, how to play, man, they'll always be at the top there.
I think we're looking at a very interesting time where we've had these megastars who on top of the game, but they're getting old now. You talk about Steph, looking at LeBron.
Yeah,
they're getting older. They're getting to a place where slowly but surely
now.
They're slowing down. Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't see a lot of talent that measures up to who they are at the moment to take that place.
Can I come back to that point? I was talking to someone else. Is it because it's something which we're used to? Is it a conscious bias which we've got? It's just like now you can't watch movies of the new actors. You'd rather watch an old Denzel Washington movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is some cognitive bias there.
It's a cognitive bias. Like for the younger guys who are more on the TikToks and, Instagram, younger than us, they are more into these, Luka Doncic, all the guys who are flexing themselves on those TikToks and Instagrams. Us, we've got that cognitive bias now where MJ, and then MJ, a few years later, LeBron came.
Yes.
It was still within that era of us being, enjoying the start of Facebook, the start of, other coming out of MySpace. That's our era. Let's not hide away from it. So now you can say, there's no young guys coming because you're not really following it as intensively as we used to. Like what you said that this weekend you didn't watch football. You wouldn't say that 5 years back. You'd have to watch your football.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm just looking at it from a point of view where LeBron came on the scene. He was the player to watch. He was somebody that even if you didn't want to watch basketball, but because you've heard of LeBron, you're curious to just want to sneak in and watch a game. And
that's now
marketing.
That's the new generation's Victor Wembanyama. For the young kids, they want to watch Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah. Wow, for him, I've heard about him.
So that's my perspective. But what you're saying is that I was actually saying that to someone because we were watching the new Equalizer, and you could see, man, on Denzel's the makeup now doesn't hide the aging and stuff. Or Bruce Willis, we grew up enjoying some of Bruce Willis. Now he can't act because of his mental health and which is deteriorating.
We were laughing at Sylvester Stallone. All those muscles are now flappy, skinny.
Or the picture of Mr. T. Did you all see Mr. T's picture, which is circulating?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, man. 1983, man. He was shredded, a 6-pack. I think he had maybe 2% fat. Now, if you look at him, so yeah.
Well, it's been a good 20, 30 years?
40 years, actually.
40 years, yeah. So, you got to give him props. He still looks like he's in shape, though. He's getting old, but he still looks like he's in shape, though.
Yeah. But, age creeps up.
Age creeps up. As I said, like one generation, like some of the music which is coming out now, I can't stand it. I can't listen to it anymore. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
Unless it's, those amapiano where there's no sound, no one singing. It's just doom, doom, doom. And at least, you can vibe in your own head with it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else now, it's So again, change of generation. So right, fantastic. That was a good sport discussion, segueing into a bit of ageism there, saying that you don't want to listen to what the youngsters are listening to. So again, leave your comments, leave your messages, what your thoughts on in terms of current trends. Are you comfortable with it, or you're just letting the younger generation enjoy themselves moving forward? Talking about another young generation, I saw this thing on Facebook. I'll share it on the group, and we might put the link in our description, which really shocked me about 16, 17-year-olds on an Instagram live, and this recording. She was outside the door recording her friend getting smashed on an Instagram live. Can you believe that? That's the new generation.
Well, did the friend know?
No. Did the friend didn't know?
Live, my guys. But that's isn't that an offense though?
Yeah, but I'm
just to smash out or to record.
To record.
No, okay, but okay, you were not seeing anything. She was just standing on the door, so you're just hearing sounds and stuff. But that I was thinking, man, like at 16, I wasn't thinking of recording that stuff. Or maybe I didn't have the technology to record that.
Oh yeah. I've had a similar conversation with somebody, where, I mean, if we want to go there, where you find even just the sexual age of, I mean, I guess I could be very controversial right now, but the age at which people are having sex, these young kids are having sex now, is going down more and more and more. You hear of 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds having sex, and you're just thinking, when I was 13, bro, I didn't even think like that.
All I wanted to do was play video game or play cricket outside, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was so scared of my mom catching me if I buy something at the tuck shop before dinner. I wasn't even thinking about sleeping with somebody. But this age, bro, they're making the moves. And the whole thing is because of, like you said, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, especially, where they're seeing
TikTok,
a lot of TikTok.
TikTok, it's unfiltered, isn't it? You can watch anything on the TikTok.
Anything on, because what they do is they record that stuff, they record it live, and then so it doesn't stay on. It's just live sessions, so they can get away with it rather than uploading a video where it can be removed because of guidelines. But the live, they can't really do anything. You just watch on Snapchat. You put on video. After it's watched, it's deleted. So you can't watch it again, or you can't do anything of that sort. So they can do these things, and they've been seeing these things happen, and it's just crazy because
I'm just dumbfounded.
on the Snapchat now. That's where the people, they are sending each other, dick pics or private pics and stuff, because it disappears.
It disappears, exactly.
So how? Yeah.
So that's one of it's one.
One question: how does Snapchat work?
Well, just like any social media, you have an account with the people that you follow, or that that you're friends with.
Like WhatsApp?
Almost like that. So if I post something, you have one opportunity of watching it.
Yeah.
You can't record it, I believe. You can't record it.
Now you can record it. Back in the day, you could screenshot it. Now you can't.
But now, so you can't record it, and you can't save the picture. So so if you're a 19-year-old, 17-year-old, and you've got your girlfriend, and you say, "Let me see," she can show you because she knows you're gonna see it.
Okay. Can I pause?
Unless if you're recording the screen with another device.
And not only 19, 17, 16-year-olds. I was having a discussion with a mate. You were saying, my brother.
Okay, I get it.
my brother. I've been sending this other men's missus my dick pic on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Because I know it disappears. She just looks at it and disappears. So how many dick pics are being sent to people's wives, partners, by other people whilst you're sitting in the lounge and you don't know?
Yeah. And she's right next to you and they're viewing. And you don't even know.
And after she finished viewing,
if you suspect something, you say, give me the phone. By the time it's gone. The world we live in, my brother.
So that's what I'm saying that. So all the especially the Snapchat one where those things are being sent. Yeah. Says, oh, I'm sending it. Boom. I'm sending my love thing to her. Bam. They open. When she opens, replies, nice one. That nice one disappears.
Yeah. That's it.
And and he was laughing. Oh, I guess she's just sitting in the lounge at home.
But you know what? It then raises the question that what is the wife doing with Snapchat?
Come on. They've got all these apps, bro.
Yeah. That's not the question, though.
Why? That's the question.
What are you doing with Snapchat as somebody's wife? What are you doing?
That you cannot do with WhatsApp.
Exactly. What are you doing?
That you cannot do with messaging.
That one now, we're now getting into a territory where you can't, in the Western culture, it's now called in controlling. And
No. Look, we get that. But we're just saying, okay, let's talk about what it looks like. And then without having to say you're controlling somebody, or getting into a place where we then begin controlling somebody and saying you shouldn't, but what are we looking at and what does it say about the person who's in a committed relationship but still has apps like Snapchat?
Yeah. They haven't moved on. It segues to that video which we shared by the guys, which talks about having a woman having that one person. It might be their place of access where they can communicate with each other.
So you are there just as a placeholder because you were the accessible one to marry, but they've got a dream one that still slides into the Snapchat. Is it a DM for Snapchat?
Yeah, everything is a DM.
Everything is a DM.
Who slides into the Snapchat?
Into the Snapchat,
and then when you are busy at night, she is thinking of the Snapchat.
Yeah, that's if you even get anything at night.
Now you definitely get busy.
My man. My man. You don't know what these people are up to this day. You don't know. It is both sad but shocking at the same time, the audacity of some of these people that
you might not get lucky, brother. That's why this is what we wanted to have, nice fun one, but yeah, as I said, what you're talking about, the Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, we're not refusing you for you to have a social life, but if someone has all those multiple platforms, there's something a bit weird about it. You're not really satisfied or content with what you have. You need to show yourself or need appreciation from every other people.
So what do you reckon will be the best way to tackle or manage that kind of situation? Because she's not satisfied. She needs an outlet. Do you want her to move on when she can't move on?
Just let them be. Just let them find their own outlet, and you find your own outlet.
What if you can't?
What's the point of being together if you all both have different outlets?
Yeah.
No, but you look, I think we're now being unrealistic. No one can 100% satisfy another person.
That's where you have that self-control.
That's where now we're not being realistic. We're not having unrealistic expectations. So I think that's what leads to a lot of end of marriages or relationships. You've got unrealistic expectations, which end up becoming unfulfilled expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but look, aren't we saying you are also having unrealistic expectations for wanting to be with somebody, wanting me to commit to you for the rest of my life, but yet you are not fully committed? So,
but why I agree with that video, which I forwarded, and we'll put the link there, courtesy of what we found on the nightcap, Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. What they said is that he's one of the Ocho Cinco's grandma said a woman is always got one soulmate. She's always had. So if you're unfortunate that you've married this lady at 34, 35, 28, 26, if she's had a soulmate at 21, you're no longer there, Meme. You're the one who's been accessible.
it means half or 3/4 of the world is moving around with people that they're not.
Look,
it's unfortunate,
with.
but it's true.
It's unfortunate. Look, even they who agree or what studies say that intimacy for a woman is emotional and physical. For us blokes, it's just physical. Right? So if she's had intimacy with that particular soulmate before you, unfortunately, you're not going to fulfill all the expectations. You might fulfill 70%. 70%, which may be 50%, you've got given a roof over the head because you're paying the rent or the mortgage. A car, you're paying the vehicle that she's driving.
The satisfactions are different.
Yeah, you've paid for the basic commodities.
Yeah.
And then the emotional commodities you're not fulfilling because they may have that soulmate that they have, but they can't really communicate with them because they're now with you, right? And what's their outlet now is finding that affection in the likes and the love hearts, whatever you do on Instagram, love hearts, the likes, the thumbs ups through social media. That's my opinion. I'm not saying I'm a
so from the manosphere, you are the bitter bugs.
Yeah. You are.
Tinas, you understood what I was saying. Bitter bugs, you've got the money, you've got everything that she needs, but you don't have the alpha,
So you see that at the end of the day, it's all about how you can compartmentalize that as a man, as an individual, because we're living in a world where they've got all these platforms and they might be signed up to all of them. Are you going to go and scroll through all that? Are you going to start from the WhatsApp? Then you move to the Facebook DM.
No, brother.
No.
I'm going to mountain to look for monkeys.
I just want to say this. There's no way that she's going to, if she has Snapchat or all these other apps, there's no way that she's going to be talking to someone on WhatsApp or talking to someone on Facebook, because they know it's easy for somebody to.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's why they have Snapchat.
Are you going to go through all these apps? Okay, you've gone through Snapchat, you've gone through TikTok, you've gone through Instagram, you've gone through, there's multiple platforms, email. Okay, let's just give an example. You can sit for an hour, you scroll through everything. You're not going to finish text messages, phone calls, the call log. You go cuckoo.
That's why I'm saying maybe you don't even need to go through all of those. It's apps that are so simple like Snapchat that you know that this is where most likely things are going to. Anyway, to make this the long story short, guys, I just feel like some of these apps they're for young children, they're for young adults. I don't think people who are in
Okay.
committed relationships
Okay.
should be in a place where they have such an app, because there's nothing good that comes out of that app. You could say, oh, my friends are there, but why are your friends posting pictures that disappear?
Yeah. Now, I agree with you, Tina, similarly to OnlyFans.
Exactly.
It's like being married and then you still keep your OnlyFans.
Well, not even keep your OnlyFans for a woman. What if your man, the man that you're married to, watches OnlyFans? What are we saying?
As a man, it's okay.
No. Gentlemen.
What we are saying at the end of the day is some of these apps you cannot control them, because they will say they don't have them or they don't use them. Are you going to log in and say, let's check?
No, don't even bother, because it's better not knowing than knowing, because you're traumatizing yourself. And when you know, your relationship will never be
you're better off being a fool.
Yes.
It's not being a fool. I think people get that wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's not being a fool. It's maintaining your well-being and your mental health. If you know that you're living in the straight and narrow, of course, if something happens, and obviously there's embarrassment, there's shame, there's hurt, but you know you can go, 6 months later, your head held high, that I didn't mess this up. It was the other person, right? What do I need to do? What do I need to reflect on?
Look, gentlemen, I think what we're failing to say here is people live the way you're saying. This is how people should live. But I think, the likes of people like Andrew Tate and all these other people, they would tell you that there's no reason for you as a man to stay in a relationship where you see that your woman is possibly disrespecting your honor as a man and your mental health. There's no reason why that should be happening in the first place. We could use whatever possible explanations we could find, and there are always going to be explanations, because that's how people who do that, that's how they normalize doing things like that. To say, no, you know what? It's because of this. He doesn't do this for me. He doesn't do this for me. But in actual fact, it's a decision that they make, that I am going to be a whore behind the scenes, but for him, I am going to act like I don't like anything that he does for me.
Mm-hmm.
But in actual fact, that's just who you are.
Okay,
who you are, why don't you go and be who you are with that person who you are sending those dick pics and you're sending those pussy pics to, and let me live my life?
Yeah, that one we agree. But what we are saying is, don't go and scavenging for things. It's like going up the mountain to look for monkeys, right?
You find them.
Or going into a cave or a hole in the Amazon, saying, I want to find a boa constrictor. You know what I mean? You will find it.
Yeah, but what if you hear at the back of your house, you hear, and you've got to look.
Right. Now you've got a reason to look.
Yes, you've got a reason to look.
But you don't just go and start looking.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, because
I hear what you're saying. Because it's obviously there.
That's what Captain is saying. Captain is saying, why do you have to go to the mountains to look for monkeys? You'll find the monkeys. If you go into her phone or into his phone looking for something, you'll find it.
You'll find it.
Okay.
No doubt.
In 12 months, you can never tell me in 12 months your missus or someone else's missus, someone is not trying to flirt with them. That one is not.
It happens every day.
That's if you have that mentality, then you are just going to kill yourself at the end of the day, right?
I think I was watching a video. Somebody was saying that a woman who was saying this, that a woman every day about 3 people.
Joe was saying that.
Joe was saying this earlier, isn't it? So imagine in a year.
So in a year, it's thousands of attempts.
So you're telling me right now, whether if you want to do it, if you've got the guts, you say, right, open your DM. I'll open my DM. Open your WhatsApp. I'll open your WhatsApp. You'll see there's 3-4 people in the last 3-4 months who've been sending, oh, hey, you look good. Hey, how you been? Oh, da 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 da.
But this is a bit one-sided, gentlemen, because we are only focusing perhaps on what we perceive to be what females go through. But what about males? Because obviously we are perpetrators in a certain,
of course, we are
in a certain
perpetrators.
light.
We are perpetrators.
So are you saying she should not be looking at your phone because if she might also find things?
No. What we are saying about touching of the phone, touching of the phone is very, very controversial, right? Yeah. Because you may find something where if you've got your perception about your particular other half, right? Even if you find, people don't work in a vacuum, right? People work with other, right now in the world of emancipation, right? We're living in the world of emancipation. It's not our mother's world or our grandmother's world. These people have got male colleagues, male managers, male whatever, right? If in your mind, you've got a feeling that my person is doing this, and then you see a message from extra large, right? Extra large says, hi, how are you? No, it was great working with you today. We're having drinks on Friday with other people. You want to come? Yeah. Then you see that message, right? Then you ask her the question. On Friday, what are you doing? Oh, on Friday, I'm going to the shops with so-and-so. But you've seen the message here that about work drinks on Friday.
Yep.
But she's forgotten. She's forgotten to message to say that. Or she was saying, I'm going to the shops with my friend. That friend might be one of the other work colleagues, whether it's a female one. Then we're going to have drinks. But she might have forgotten to say that. She might text you now on Friday to say, oh, after I'm here at the shops now, I'm now going for drinks. But on the night before, you've touched the phone, you've seen the text message, but she hasn't said it to you. Now your mind is already, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're creating scenarios in your head.
Exactly.
Yes.
So for me, it's not because I don't want my phone touched. But what we are doing is we don't want to create scenarios in the mind. One thing which I learned from my other issues which I had in the past, which are well documented, people know, is this is the most important thing to me.
Yes. Protect it at all cost.
People call you cold, heartless, you don't care.
Yes.
But because of this. Similar to her, right? Like you might text, okay, let's catch up, let's have a meeting at Gloria Jeans or Coffee Club. Tomorrow what are you doing? Tomorrow no. I've just got a Zoom call, then I've got a work meeting. Then someone says work meeting, but you're talking about Gloria Jeans, Coffee Club. Is it?
What nonsense?
I've got another scenario in my head. I'll talk about it after you finish, Captain B.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
So imagine you touch the phone. It's like an honest discussion that your missus is having with her friend. And her friend is saying, oh, look, I've seen a gentleman with a big equipment.
Yeah.
And then
with the cassava.
With the cassava. And then she responds to say, my friend, we are suffering in these houses. And you touch that phone. Yeah, you have completely destroyed your mental well-being.
Yeah.
The next time you try to go into the action, your mind is just thinking of that cassava. and you're looking at your carrot. Yes.
But maybe
So don't touch her phone.
no, but the guys are okay. Okay, I like how we in Shona we call it Kutsemra Huni. I like how we've just broken the logs into pieces, into smaller, finer pieces. But I think we're looking at it from a point of view where only the woman is the one who has got this freedom or this ability to be that person. But what about you, gentlemen? What is the flip side?
No, Captain P is already spoken because, like, for example, in the context of here, you find that there are some women, even at work, who can actually approach you as a man.
Yeah.
You know, and when you are approached, they try their best. She can invite you for a coffee, and then you forget to tell your missus, right?
But the thing is, do you think if the woman is to catch this message, do you think the reaction is the same?
Oh, it's even worse.
No, it's worse.
It's worse, is it?
Yes.
So
It's
why
even
is it
worse.
that
Okay.
we should say don't look at your phone and
Okay.
if you catch something, don't be
Okay.
too.
No. What we are saying is that, okay, well, I'll give you another example. Okay, your line managers, right? Your line managers. A CEO, a director has told you that you need to do quality control, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you've been doing quality control for the whole week. Again, it's a Thursday or a Friday, and then you're like, hey, our 10 o'clock catch up. Why don't you think we do it at Coffee Club? You know, we sit there, we have a coffee, we brainstorm, you know. Okay. Someone sees that message. It's not talking about the quality control project that you've got. It's about our 10 o'clock catch up.
Yeah.
So someone
away from work.
From work, yeah. So it's the context is not there, but the message has got a different message on it.
Altogether, yeah.
Doesn't include the context.
Not only about the context, but our weekly catch up at 10 o'clock. So you're catching up with this person at 10 o'clock.
Every week.
Every week.
Out of work, and I don't know it.
So now she's saying Coffee Club. What about the other times? Maybe in Shona Jonzi, mataurira na kuti musanga. Or in English, you without a text message. So, okay, maybe sometimes you talk on the phone, you've decided to meet in this X location. Now the mind is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
It's very vibrant.
Now you can call Riga's Hotel a coffee club.
Yeah.
As a code.
Yeah.
Morse code. Say, oh yeah, are we meeting at the coffee club today?
Yeah.
And then
but it's actually a
hotel room.
Yep.
So you see now that person, because they've read the text message, because the mind, as I've alluded, it's a beautiful thing. The mind can think about whatever it wants. Also, no, this is not coffee club. This is just maybe it's Holiday Inn. At that Holiday Inn, there's a coffee club. You know, coffee club sometimes located in a hotel lobby.
And you remember we've got another friend who usually talks straight up in these, matters. He was talking about what the mind can actually do to you. You start to create scenarios after you touch your missus' phone. You start imagining how good the guy is.
Yeah.
You start imagining everything. You can have the whole scenario.
You can see the whole sex scene. You know, she was lying on her tummy. She was on her side. She was,
because you already have what your woman would do. It's very easy to just see what probably what you would do, because you're just replacing you with somebody else, and then you start seeing these things, my guy,
and things that you used to do.
Yeah. Maybe you don't like licking the mango. And you see this guy eating it like it's a fruitcake.
Yes.
So these are some of the things which I think today's discussion has been a forthright one. I know we wanted to jump into male suicide, but I think we really need to come to the male suicide one next week.
After this, exactly.
Yeah, next week we'll talk about male suicide. We'll talk about even suicide in general, about why mental health has increased. It will go back again to our discussion of social media, how social media has created a lot of pressures, which have affected people's mind. You're trying to trend, you're trying to follow up. I don't know, people. I'm not on TikTok, but I hear from people on TikTok that some people can show you their daily life. That they've had a shower, they've gone to the shitter, they're now driving to Costco, they're now driving to Coles, they're now driving to Woolies, or now they're in their office, they're having a coffee.
Yeah, even the pressure that just comes with what other people are doing, even if you're not trying to do it, but there is some sort of pressure that then comes because of trends.
Yeah,
other people are doing this, you're not doing it. You can easily be ostracized for not doing what is the trend.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, it's been a lovely discussion. We want to leave it on this high note. We're having fun and talking. Don't go through your partner's phone. And do not let them touch your phone. End of story. If you want a happy life, a happy mental health, do it. Unless you see it, unfortunately, I was reading a Twitter post. I think you saw the Twitter post about this guy or something just trending on social media where this guy was crying his heart out saying, it's, I think, a guy in Zimbabwe. I broke up with her. She had told me she was on a period and she was just cranky with me. And then I left and then we had a fight. And then I came back, 30 minutes later, saying I want to console my babe. I overreacted. I see her all dressed up, jumping into a JD6.
Yeah. No, you will get a second heart attack. And this time it will kill you, my guy.
So that's what I'm saying. That is they always say on social media, after fearing God, fear women. That's the social media sayings these days. But no, we don't fear them. We appreciate them. We love our women. We wish them all the best. We take care of them. And as I said, 100% love each other, take care of each other, but let's all protect our mental health, because you never know what you bump onto the phone and you don't have the context and you misrepresent all the information. So again, thank you all for listening to another episode of Amagents. Find us on YouTube at Amagents Podcast, on our website at amagentspodcast.com, on Twitter at Amagents, and also our new YouTube channel, which is called Amagents Short Clips, where we put all the short clips. If you don't have time to listen to the episode, you can have a fun short clip, share those short clips with your friends, colleagues, loved ones. We always have fun here. And we'll be having some nice topics next week and towards the lead up to Christmas and into the new year. So guys, thank you so much. Tina's Joe, thank you. Have an amazing week and we'll be in touch.
Awesome, gentlemen. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great show.